I'm convinced that the 1970s was just the worst period in US history. No fault divorces started in 1969, and by the mid 1980s, pretty much every state had adopted it, and that was fundamentally the end of marriage as an institution. Roe v. Wade happened in 1973, and every year since then, there's been between 600,000 and 700,000 abortions every single year. In 1971, Nixon took us off the gold standard and created our current debt as currency model of the economy, and I think we can all pretty much agree that that was a bad move. We had the sexual revolution of the 1970s, which led to many negative things. Number one is later marriages, which has contributed massively to the fact that our birth rate is so low that it's not even at replacement level and hasn't been for multiple years now. Number two is the lowered stigma around divorce, and coupled with no fault divorces, now anywhere between 40 and 45% of first marriages end in divorce, which is horrible for families and children. And number three is the popularization of casual sexual relationships, which has led to the fact that now 52% of all single mothers have never been married before. In the 1960s, that number was 4%. And my personal favorite, in 1979, you had 3 Mile Island, and then a few years later, you had Chernobyl, which pretty much eliminated nuclear as being a viable option for green energy on a massive scale, because now everybody's scared of nuclear reactor meltdowns, although the tech today is so much better than the tech in the past that outside of intentional sabotage, it's pretty much impossible for a nuclear reactor to melt down. I can genuinely not think of a worse 10 to 15 year period that has caused more negative outcomes for future generations than the 1970s. But I'm just some white guy, what do I know?